So hopefully your day today has been pretty good, and if not, hopefully this big black man can make your day just a little bit brighter. Because we're talking about Monkey D. Luffy. Now this video stemmed on a topic I did 2 days ago about Kaido fighting against Prime Roger and Prime Whitebeard. And in that video, I talked about how Luffy, I think, is going to be one of the strongest people, if not the strongest person, come the end of the series, or EOS. And a few folks there have some questions about this subject, about Luffy being the strongest person come the end of the series of One Piece. Is it actually necessary for him to be that powerful, to actually surpass Goldie, Roger, and so on, in strength come the end of the series? So I do want to make a quick video on the subject, because not only do I see this topic being brought up in a general sense, but also I know some of Tier 3 cats also say this as well, where Luffy come the end of the series doesn't have to be the strongest person. And there are some actual sound arguments to it. Absolutely, there are. But before I steelman the argument against the idea that Luffy will be the strongest person come end of series, or at least in the top 3 I'd argue, I think that in a general sense, this topic is deeper than what a lot of folks give it credit for, absolutely. So I'm going to run through all these points, and you're going to see why this topic is a bit deeper than what you'd first think. Luffy not being the strongest person come the end of the series. Inherently, Luffy's main dream does not require power, per se. It's simply finding the One Piece. And all you need are the poneglyphs, someone who can read them, a great navigator, and a boss-ass ship, and that's really it. That's all you really need to really become King of the Pirates, to conquer the Grand Line. Once you have those poneglyphs, or at least the rubbings, and you're set. Strength is not necessary to conquer the Grand Line and be Pirate King. In theory, it's really, really not. And this also has ties to an idea I had a way back when. Not a theory, per se, but an idea that Luffy could fight against Blackbeard, and this fight wouldn't be a 1v1 fight. It would be more of a group fight, like maybe the Straw Hats in their totality against Blackbeard. Because by this time, he'd have like 3 Deathly Powers, he'd be astronomically broken, and then you need like the entire Straw Hat crew to do some crazy combo attacks with Luffy to take down Blackbeard. So it wouldn't be a 1v1. Now that may sound crazy, but keep in mind, look at most of his fights during the post-time skip so far. His major fights, so Dofi, Cracker, Katakuri, there was always something going on that helped Luffy. They were never really clean 1v1 fights. Cracker, for like 11 hours, it's Luffy and Nami against Cracker. The entire thing is a 2v1. So, Luffy has had a lot of struggle going into the post-time skip after Punk Hazard. Most shonen main characters, they don't struggle like this after a time skip. They definitely don't. But Luffy got the bootleg version of this. Luffy got the one where the wheels fall off after 3 days. Again, in all these major fights, he's had heaping tons of help. So he just maintained that situation, that model, all the way, even up until Blackbeard, potentially, right? And even going beyond that, right? Because there is probably a beyond Blackbeard. I mean, maybe, who knows? He could be the final villain in the series, but if he's not, then of course, the person that people have their eyes on by then would be Shanks. No, of course not. Dragon, no!
Oh, hell no!
Emu. Emu. Emu is that person. And I thought of an idea as well back in the past. Again, not a theory, but I did entertain the idea somewhat, that maybe Luffy and Blackbeard were to team up like what Sasuke and Naruto did against the Kaguya-like Emu, the final villain of the One Piece series. Again, I'm not saying it's happening, but I thought about it, and I did at some point entertain the idea for like a little bit. I'm like, like if that actually did happen, would it be bad, would it be good? Like those type of things. But in a general sense, this is me steelmanning the argument here, where yes, and I thought about it too, where, okay, does Luffy have to really be the strongest person come the end of the story? And there is an argument to say, no, he doesn't have to be. He does not. However, ultimately, I do say yes, 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 Luffy will be that strong, absolutely. Not just because of Don Chinjao's words, which I harken back to like it's actual gospel. Like it's a page out of the New Testament, like it's like for real. But also, very important here, not just based on Don Chinjao, no. But also based on who Luffy is as a person, and he needs to be that strong to complete his dream. So let me start there. Let me go in reverse order. He needs to be that strong to complete his dream. I said before in the video that the main part of Luffy's dream is relatively simple. Roll poneglyphs, get someone that can read the poneglyphs, have a kick-ass navigator, have a kick-ass ship, go to that spot, boom. But there is a part of Luffy and Roger's dream that has been kept hidden for obviously a big reveal come probably the end of the series. And when I mean the end of the series, I think it's only after the final war. Only after the final war of the Luffy series, the war that Whitebeard talked about, only then will that part of their dreams be reached. And Luffy, I think, during the final war, has to hop into that at least, minimum, top 5 in the verse of all time. Yes, of all time. He has to go into that with immense power. This is the final war of the One Piece world. Yeah, unless there's a sequel series called Two Piece, where Momonosuke is the main character, and just, no. No, but obviously I will be reading that, and you will be here when you or I are 65 plus years old, and Oda's like 100 years old, and we're still rolling through this. Absolutely. We'll still be here on YouTube, and we'll still be doing our One Piece chapter live reactions. With the broken hip, mind you, and all sorts of issues, but we'll still be here for Goda. Now! But I'm going back to what I was saying before. Luffy, again, I think he has to be top 5 in the history of the verse going into the final war. And in order to complete that final part of the dream that both Roger and him had, I believe that he has to surpass Roger's legend fully and also surpass Roger in his combat ability. Fully. Like, confirmed. And now going from here, Luffy as a person. Very simple. But true to form. We have to go all the way back to Arlong Park. As what Luffy said back then. He can't use a sword. He can't cook. He can't lie. And so on and so forth. He can't navigate. All he can do is kick ass. All he can do is beat people up. That is a very important character moment for Luffy. This is who Luffy is, and it has never changed, alright? In Wano Country, we see Luffy trying to use a sword, the worst swordsman in the history of One Piece. He is absolutely terrible at it. And Zoro's getting mad at him, like, what the hell? Dog, please! Give me the sword. Luffy's like, no, gum, and it's atrocious, okay? He's punching when he has a katana in his hand. Not only that, but let's say go to some filler, for example. Before Whole Cake Island, you have Luffy trying to cook for the crew when they were en route, and he damn near killed them all. Luffy, from the very beginning, this is how he's always been. One of the core components, if not the core component of Luffy's character that he established in Arlong Park, Luffy is the guy that is going to kick some major ass. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
And then finally, the last part, when it comes to who Luffy is as a person, which is why it's so important for him to become the strongest person in the planet, probably. Freedom is not free. That's as true as the sky blue and the grass green, but it applies to Luffy as well. Freedom is not free. Luffy told Rayleigh at Shibondi that to him, the person with the most freedom is the Pirate King. However, people and forces will obviously challenge that freedom. And I sound so patriotic right now. Oh, say, can you see? People will challenge freedom. That's a no-no. That's a no-no. Therefore, just like the red, white, and blue, you need the necessary power to make sure that that freedom is consistent, to make sure that that freedom is properly established. And in Luffy's case, Luffy needs that power at the end of the day to be the freest person on the seas, which is the Pirate King. So, Luffy, ultimately speaking, I think will be the strongest person in the series. And it goes a lot deeper than just the words of Don Chinjiao. Okay? Let me know your stance on the subject matter at hand. I'm gonna see y'all later. You guys and gals, stay safe, be easy, have a nice one.